and I'm doing my 3.4 internal on thermoregulation in wood turtles. Enjoy. What is homeostasis? Homeostasis is the ability for species to adapt to external environmental fluctuations and maintain a consistent internal environment. What is thermoregulation? Thermoregulation refers to the mechanisms and control systems used by the body to balance thermal inputs and thermal losses, so as to maintain its core temperature nearly constant. There are two different types of thermoregulation within organisms. These include either endothermic or ectothermic. Ectotherms rely on external sources of temperature, such as the sun, to regulate their body's temperature and are referred to as cold-blooded. Being endothermic means heat is created through internal metabolic processes. Species that demonstrate this system are referred to as warm-blooded. Thermoregulation is of the utmost importance in maintaining health. Without it, an organism is susceptible to fever, hypothermia, hyperthermia, and this will ultimately lead to death. It is mainly controlled by the hypothalamus, which is the area of the brain responsible for homeostatic regulation of internal core body temperature. The animal I have chosen for my achievement standard is the wood turtle. Wood turtles most commonly prefer aquatic habitats including rivers, large streams, and wetlands, however often move on to terrestrial areas. Ideal stream conditions include moderate flow, sandy or gravelly bottoms, and muddy banks. Wood turtles are ectothermic, or cold-blooded, and thus regulate their body temperature by moving in and out of warm and cool areas in its external environment. Wood turtles have glands, the pineal gland, and receptors, the hypothalamus, that allow them to pick up fluctuations in their external environment, allowing them to react accordingly. Behavioral thermoregulation is the process mainly specific to ectotherms. This process allows ectotherms to maintain a constant body temperature. Wood turtles achieve this by moving daily into forest clearings to bask and elevate their body temperature. Suitable basking temperatures vary from 31 to 35 degrees Celsius. Wood turtles also return to streams at night because the water temperature does not drop or fluctuate as much as the air temperature. The best suited conditions for wood turtles require a relatively constant environmental temperature of 23 to 27 degrees Celsius during the day, with certain areas in the environment reaching 31 to 35 degrees for basking. Water temperatures are ideally 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. So what is basking and why is it important? Well, basking, first of all, involves relocation and postural adjustment in order to allow for maximum surface area exposed to the sun. Basking is vital for wood turtles' health and survival as it exposes them to UVB rays, which provide them with vitamin D. Vitamin D is needed for the metabolism of calcium, which is essential to develop a healthy skeletal system, including the shell. Right here in this photo, there is an example of a wood turtle basking. Notice its body is fully stretched out to allow for the maximum solar radiation to be absorbed via the carapace, which is the shell, and its head. Okay, so here we have a feedback mechanism of the wood turtle. The stimulus, seeing as how it is ectothermic, is environmental changes in temperature. The temperature variations can be detected via thermoreceptors located on the turtle's skin and shell. The detector is the pineal gland or organ, found in the brain. This is light sensitive and transfers information to brain centers such as the hypothalamus. As this provides knowledge of light intensity, the wood turtle can control its exposure to heat to reach its physiological optimum. It also produces melatonin by both neutral and hormonal mechanisms. The processor is the hypothalamus, which is located in the brain. This triggers physiological responses to environmental temperatures above and below set points, and therefore sends nerve impulses telling the wood turtle if its external environment is hot or cold. The effector in this case is the wood turtle's blood and heart, that both get sent impulses from the hypothalamus upon environmental changes. The wood turtle's response to this is it's altering to cardiac output and its distribution of blood flow, which is elevated. This is achieved mainly by increases in heart rate and peripheral circulation. This will then increase rates of transition heat transfer between the wood turtle and its external environment. This process is known as heart rate hysteresis. The feedback, finally, is the body temperature will rise alongside the environmental external fluctuations. Here we have a feedback mechanism of how the wood turtle responds to extreme cold temperatures in its external environment. So the stimulus, once again, as it is ectothermic, is environmental changes in temperature. These extreme cold temperature variations can be detected via thermoreceptors located on the skin and the turtle's carapace. The pineal gland registers the shorter daylight hours common in winter months and sends this information to other brain centers, as well as the hypothalamus, which registers the cooler temperatures and sends nerve impulses signaling it's time to hibernate. The response to this is internal metabolic rates drop significantly while hibernating within the cells, as well as the glycolytic pathways that produce ATP. This means little energy is produced, saving the turtle from overexerting itself. It also drops its heart rate to 1 beat every 10 minutes in this period. The feedback to this is lower metabolic rates, allowing for easier management of oxygen deprivation, meaning greater chances of survival. So carrying on with how wood turtles respond to disruptions to the normal system. Because wood turtles are ectothermic, they are very reliable on relatively constant external temperatures to themselves have a constant internal temperature. In cases of extremely low temperatures, such as those during the winter months, wood turtles will leave their terrestrial environment to hibernate in a better suited aquatic habitat. Wood turtles will hibernate on the bottom of streams or rivers. The temperature at which water is most dense is 3.889 degrees Celsius, which means this is the temperature found at the bottom of bodies of water. Temperature above or below this will rise, meaning the wood turtle remains in a zone with little to no temperature variation taking place. They survive without oxygen through the hibernation period with the physiological adaptations of their throat cavity, which is lined with lots of minute blood vessels that permit oxygen to be extracted from the water. They are able to withstand the near freezing temperatures with the help of thick adipose tissue which covers and surrounds the head of the wood turtle, including the neck. This helps to prevent heat loss and acts as an insulator. The anabolic metabolism over this time creates a large amount of lactic acid buildup. Left untreated, could be fatal to the wood turtle. The amounts of calcium salts from the wood turtle shell are slowly dissolved into the bloodstream. These salts act as a buffering agent, neutralizing the lactic acid. Turtles also utilize their liver, which forms about 4% of their body mass. This and their muscles store huge quantities of glycogen, which is used as energy reserves for the winter.